Welcome, everyone. My name is Kelly Dodge, and today we are going to talk about creating Canva flyers. I'm doing a five-part. We have 5 Fridays this month, so I'm going to do a five-part series in Canva, and this week's focus is flyers. Now, flyers, if you watched, Perla did a really amazing flyer video tutorial. I'm not trying to step on her toes at all, but this made me start creating flyers rather than like a social media post, choosing one of these, right? So if you're new to Canva, I'm going to try to, go slow and not go too fast so that you guys can catch on. But when you're up here at the top, you can choose basics, or you can start choosing in here, or you can do just a search. There's many ways to find what it is you're looking for. And Canva has so many things. They have so much more than I even know how to use. People are making websites with Canva, doing all kinds of really cool things with Canva. And so maybe if I get a little more savvy, I will continue on next month, maybe, and we can talk about doing some of these other fancier things. But for today, we are going to concentrate on flyers. And so you can just search here for flyers. It was on our main page as well when if you click Canva, it'll take you back to the main page. Any page you're on, if you click, it'll take you there. So it's going to show you some suggestions. I usually just start typing in flyer. So you can choose portrait or landscape. I like to do portrait. I feel that they are about the best fit. Those are what we have to use when we make our training flyers and such. And so I always try to keep it at a portrait rather than landscape. Although some pictures, I was going to experiment a little bit. Sorry, that was a tongue twister. And see, because some pictures that we input would look a lot better if they were landscape. So as you can see, you're going to get lots of suggestions for flyer templates. All right. And you can use any of these flyer templates. I usually find like one or two things that I like about a certain template, and that's really all I keep. I really trash a lot of the other things on here. So when you're looking, um, don't think that you have to stay with that color scheme, or don't think that you have to stay with, you can get rid of like all of this at the bottom, let's say, right? If you wanted to just have it, just one contact thing, right? Because you don't want your address on there, or an email, I think is kind of pointless because most people aren't going to email us, right? So you can really get rid of any of these things and these elements in here. Now, I do want to pick something that is a free. There are lots of free choices. I think that there's a way to filter just the free. But anything with a crown is going to be pro, right? Now, while this isn't that expensive, I think it's $12.99 for the pro account per month. I definitely don't recommend that you spend any money until you're making some money, right? I'm obsessed with Canva. I'm obsessed with like, this is what I do to like relax. So if I'm really stressed out from doing something or whatever, maybe a stressful client or booking or what have you, I will come to Canva and just start creating some flyers or content or whatever that I can use for my business. So to me, it was definitely worth it for me to do I've made hundreds of designs. So it's definitely better for me to do this. Now, here, I'll tell you the pro account. I mean, sorry, I have a habit of not finishing sentences. My kids yell at me all the time. So I like to choose bright, colorful things, and that is what caught my attention when Perla started doing this, because she was finding some really bright and colorful things that really were attention grabbing. All right. So this is titled Colorful Minimalist Italy. And so we could choose to customize this. Once I choose to customize this too, it is going to give me a lot of suggestions for other colorful things. So it starts to know what you like, right? Kind of like your algorithm. So now that I have, those are my recently used, but it's going to give me, I'm going to go back to the home because I'm not actually going to use this flyer. I just wanted to see if once I open up that flyer, it immediately saves it. Do you see this? So even if it saves at every point, it saves. And so even me just opening it up is saving it. And then it is going to give me more options of really colorful things when I go to do another portrait or another flyer, a portrait flyer. So it will start to kind of know. You can also change your color schemes, right? If you're looking for certain things, you can set your, I forget what it's called. I'll tell you in a minute. A brand. Thank you. A brand. No one said anything. I'm saying, I don't know who I'm saying thank you to, but um, I want colorful. So I want things that are attention grabbing. All right. And if you ever see any of my stuff, you know that I'm all about the pinks and the everything all the time. But I think it is attention grabbing. I definitely don't want, muted tones or, dark browns and beige, everything is beige, the aesthetically pleasing, whatever. I definitely want bright things because we want people to stop scrolling, right? And so I tend to do suggestions for colorful things and things like that. So, and keep in mind that I can add any pictures that I want to a flyer, and I can also start off completely blank, a blank slate. And I do that a lot too. So you could choose any of these flyers. If you want a lot of pictures, it really depends on what you're making. If you want a lot of pictures, though, then maybe you're going to search colorful collage. And so you're going to get maybe some options that are going to have a lot of colorful um, pages. See, that's just not colorful enough for me. But you can see that, when you're searching, you're going to, get a lot of different suggestions. So I am actually, this is a blank page. So let me show you what you want to do if you want to completely do something unique. Okay. I never find one that I completely love everything about it. And I do find myself most of the time either chopping it to bits. I'll use these like this because I like the layout. I'm like, that's a nice layout. I don't have to bother to put in frames and whatnot when I'm creating something. And so I'll use something like this, but I'm, definitely going to change my color scheme and color pattern. Let me actually start by showing you guys that. All right. So this is an example. What I have been doing lately is I have been doing more of the flyers that are not an ad. They are just featuring a destination with my contact information. That way that I can use it in many different ways. I like to use it in the I need a travel agent uh, um, group because if someone mentions they want to go to Jamaica, I now have one that has Jamaica on it, right? And so I make one for all of the popular destinations that I can pop in there. And it makes nice just content, I think, to put just about anywhere. So the reason I mentioned that is that this doesn't have a lot of room for you to put in text unless you wanted to delete both of these picture or this picture as well as this, and then you could put some information in this entire blank square, right? So again, I'm just going to replace all of these pictures. Now here's the what we can also change the color schemes as we're going through here. We're kind of shuffling through, but it's still staying with the same if I want to, and it's going to show me more like this. So see, that's the downfall to me picking that one. But guess what? We can completely choose this. So see, the background is brown. I don't like brown, right? So I am going to decide what color I want it to be. Now it will match up with your photos. So sometimes I like to put my photos in first and then see what color goes best with whatever kind of photos I'm using, right? I'm of course trying to find as the colorful of photos as I can. But let's say we did this. We completely change it up, right? We can always go back and change it later. And all I did was click within this background field and I just clicked on this and it's going to change our background color, right? So keep in mind, yeah, any flyer you're using, you can completely change it. So now these pictures, I can click delete and it's going to either delete the grid. This is an entire grid, or it will delete just the image. So if I just delete the images, it's going to leave the frames there, and you could change these frames up if you wanted to as well. But this is going to allow me to put all new pictures in here, and I don't have to delete them first. I can go ahead and just put pictures over them, but I just want to show you how you can do that, right? And this either even I could just change this to my business name, or I could change it to whatever I wanted to change it to, right? I could just do this and I could it's whimsical to be tilted, but I'm type A personality. I'm going to need it to be a little more uniform, right? I don't like that color, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change the color. I'm going to brighten it up, and you'll see that it's going to start to show you once you get pictures on here. It's going to start to show you colors that complement your picture. So now we're going to go and we're going to find some pictures, right? So we're going to make a flyer. Let's say, let's do something, um, a place that I haven't done a flyer on yet. Um, I'm trying to think. I do have quite a few flyers out there. Let's go ahead and do St. Thomas. Okay, let's do St. Thomas because I haven't done one for that. All right. So I'm going to click on elements. Now within the elements, you have shapes, graphics. You also have videos and photos. I love stickers. It just depends on what I'm doing. For this, I don't want anything animated or cartoon or drawn out. I want all pictures for what I'm envisioning for this, right? I want bright, colorful pictures of what I say, St. Thomas, I'm going to do. All right, so St. Thomas, and we're going to see what we can find. If I can't find something that I absolutely love, I will go and I will search. I'll just Google images as well. So I want something bright. This isn't bright enough for me right here, even though it does have some nice blue sky. I want something that is going to pop a little bit more and is going to be attention grabbing. All right, and so I can take a picture. This, for example, of course, I love the flowers. I don't need too big of a picture of that, but that's going to add me some nice color. And I can choose, of course, I love this pink sky. This looks like it's a drier season. It looks almost like it's the same, almost the same view, but with brownness. But I like the pink sky, so I'm going to keep it, right? So we can also search for anything that is very popular for St. Thomas. And so I always go and I just Google everything, everything I Google. All right. So St. Thomas is known for, I do this all the time. Um, Not that, oh, not St. Thomas, St. Thomas Virgin Islands. Scuba diving, golf courses, picture perfect beaches, and spectacular nightlife. Okay, so this is giving me some, I can go right to this. I bet they're going to have really great pictures here. And so I'm going to try to open that up and see if I can use any pictures. I don't love that picture there. I don't love red. Let's see all those red rooftops. I don't love that. But I'll see here if I can see anything that inspires me to think of a really eye-catching uh, things for the flyer. Where to eat. Let's see. Barefoot Buddha. Let's see. Where to shop. What's happening. All right, this did not give me a lot of choices. So what is St. Thomas known for? I'm going to go ahead and click to straight to images and see, not St. Thomas. I'm going to put let's change this to St. Thomas Virgin Islands so that I don't get all of St. Thomas pictures there. So of course I'm going to be looking for some really amazing pictures. Now here's a little tip. If you want really nice, clear, crisp pictures, don't you can always right click and copy the image from here, but try to open it up at least to this big and you're going to get a little bit better quality image. And so I just copy the image. I don't download it. I have so many things downloaded. And so let's see. I'm going to paste this and then I'm going to see where I think it's going to look best. I actually think that it looks pretty good up there. It's not too different from this view here. So if I find enough pictures, I may replace this, right? Because I think that it's too similar. So let's go and see what else I can find. So I feel like this is a really nice picture, I think, because of that, the color of the water. So I'm going to copy that image and I'm just right clicking. Whoops, I don't want to do that. And I'm going to paste it. And I know it doesn't paste it wherever I exactly where I tell it to go, but that's a nice bright picture. I'm definitely going to change the background just so you guys know. Um, I just wanted to show you what we can do. I love this picture right here. I love that cloud with the almost looks like a chariot, like a chariots of fire there. Let's see. Mm, I'm probably the only one who's old enough to know that movie, Chariots of Fire. Raise your hand if you know Chariots of Fire. And I know that you're needing bifocals soon if you don't already have them. Oh, that's nice. The other color of the flowers. This is a different angle. And see how I wait till that comes into clear view. I don't know if it matters or not, but I think I'm going to change it for this one. I know it's going to be smaller, but at least it gives us a little different contrast. So I would love to see some touristy kind of pictures and some more color, something like that. Top 5 reasons to visit St. Thomas. So I'm going to open this up and I'm actually going to probably visit um this, although I think this would be a really great picture, right? Because not everyone goes on vacation for the beach. So let's see how that would look to throw that in there. And that red kind of comes together. I've got some red going on. And then I'm definitely going to change this background. Now watch what happens when I change this background color. I just went up here. I clicked on the background part. I went up here and now I'm coming down and it's going to tell me the photo colors. Um, and so it's going to tell me what's going to best complement. All right. And so I could change it to pink. Sometimes I think a really deep background is nice, just like in interior design. If anyone's like into interior design, color is um, very powerful. I feel like I use blue too much. Maybe that, but I'm definitely going to change my writing color. Now that I see, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it's going to make something in the picture pop. And I'm actually leaning toward this red, which right here, I'm going to lean toward that red. And I'm actually not going to have it say my business name. I'm actually going to change it to St. Thomas. Forget our S. Okay, so now I'm gonna center it, and I don't know if I love how it comes off of the it doesn't look too bad. Sometimes I like to shrink it down and make sure that it fits, and so I'll just go back a little bit. But I didn't like that at all. I don't like the way it looks now. So I'm actually gonna but I would like St. Thomas to be all in one line. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna suck it up and not sweat that it's going over the borders. And now, honestly, I don't know that this pink picture looks that great. I think that the pink picture looks a little out of place, in my opinion. So I could go and I could substitute it with something else. I could go ahead and put in this and see if that's a better fit. Um, to go with the picture. And I think it does. I think that it's balancing out our beach versus some sightseeing things. And of course, you could put more things, than that in it. So now I don't have a ton of space to put a ton of things. And again, this is just a flyer for attention grabbing, right? Like, I think that if we're posting on our own page, this is something beautiful that you can post that doesn't feel like you're shoving an ad down your friends and family or whoever's on your Facebook, shoving it down their throat. But you could also use it in many different places. It's also timeless because it doesn't have an ad or pricing or dates or anything like that on there. This is just something, and you can do this with anything. Like, you can, you know, think once you know how to make a flyer, you can pretty much make a flyer for anything. So, but I am going to add some text to it. I like that text font. Okay. So, and I'm pretty picky about my fonts. So I'm going to leave that there, but I do want to add some text in here at the bottom. All right. So I would love to put my phone number in here, something like that. Um, and I'm going to change the font and the color and the style probably. Um, so I'm going to stick that on there, and I'm going to absolutely make sure that it's centered. Right? And so I'm going to put that there. And then I think that I like to put my link tree. So I think that I'm going to put very small up at the top. If I can grab a hold of this, my finger was slipping off my mouse. All right. And then I love to put my link tree, because my link tree, I never share my website because they can't do much on my website. Right? They can only book travel, and I don't even want them to book travel on my site. I want them to call me, and I can, then we can sell them everything, right? And so if they go to my I don't really want that. If they go to my Linktree, they can click on all my links, right? It's going to give me more online credibility because they're going to see, I even have my certificates on there. They can see all my links. Maybe then they'll end up using a link. Who knows? But they're going to get a lot more value, and they're going to see exactly who I am. If they're stalking me, and I don't mean stalking, if they're trying to see if I'm credible, like they just see me randomly somewhere and they want to know if I'm credible, then they can go ahead and check me out and see, oh, well, it looks like that she is affiliated with all these multi-billion-dollar companies. So she must be legitimate. She must actually be a travel agent. What did I use? The Poppins. I'm going to change that to Poppins. And I'm going to change my color so that it matches and it kind of blends and flows. And I honestly think I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, right? If they're looking and they want to get a hold of me, they'll zoom in or what have you. And I'm not doing that to try to hide who I am, but I I I just don't like it to be like overpowering the document, because my thoughts and reasonings and purpose for this document is um not to be throwing an ad in their face again, right? And so that's one flyer, and I can whip out flyers if I'm doing like the same. Let's say I wanted to do a series of these for different destinations. I would save this one, and then I would immediately start making the next one. And all I'm going to do is change out maybe my colors and my pictures. And once you're in that kind of a mode, if you're looking to do something like that, I can do these in, just a few minutes. I can make several different kinds of flyers, right? And you can use these even though by size, these are considered like paper size, 8.5 by or 9 by 11 or whatever it is. It's gonna fit just fine in the um on any social media post. All right, so I just download it and then it's in my files so that when I'm, browsing, I can just pop it in there, right? And so then I can go ahead and make any changes that I want to it. I can even make this a template, right? I can even do if I'm in my brand kit, I can go ahead and make this a branding, and that's nice to do with if you're making if you're team building and you're always doing flyers or booking alerts or promotions or what have you. A lot of people use the a template to make their own template, and then they just have to pop the picture in and out and change the names and whatnot. So I could go and I could just, change all this stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to create a new design. You can click create a new design, or you can do, let's see, flyer listed here, or you can just go back to home. Sometimes I just always go back home for some reason. I don't know. That's just my muscle memory. And so it's suggesting, I do want to see what kind of colors it suggests for me. Now that I chose, now that I chose the, oh, I chose that, didn't I? See, that's what I shouldn't have done. So let me choose something that is more colorful. I'm going to do colorful collage. Um, I've used this one. I've used a lot of these. I use this is the one I mostly use. If you ever see me see me posting, it just jumped, and so I don't know. I use this one all the time, and I just throw pictures in there, and it gives me. It has. I like it because it has room at the top and the bottom of it. This one would be cute too. The Polaroid pictures. That's a pro. I started with a free one for you guys. But if you're looking for something like this hat, this is cute and it's free and it has room at the top and the bottom so that you can put whatever you want at the top or the bottom. You could actually use this for a an ad or something like that if you wanted. You could use it for your own travel pictures. Maybe you've just come back from somewhere and you want to put some pictures on and you want to stretch out the content that you have gained while you were on vacation. You can stretch it out quite a ways if you're posting different things like this. So let's do this one. Um, just because, I've got you here. And I'm going to add things to this as we go, but I'm just deleting the images. But again, you could just go right straight over the top. If I chose a picture, I can just paste it right over the top of it. And I apologize for those of you who may be pretty good at Canva. Um, I am just trying to, go as basic as I can so that everyone can learn, right? And if you're a little more advanced, um, you probably maybe already know how to make a flyer if you're more advanced. So I'm going to go to elements and I suppose I have to pick what I'm going to do. You know what? I really want to do a Carnival Cruise one. You guys know about our Carnival Cruise deal that Ron is giving away 8 cruises over the next 8 weeks. And so I'm going to make a cruise flyer, I think. All right. I definitely want to make sure that I'm putting in Carnival ships, right? And so I'm going to, choose a ship. Let's see. I could put in, I want something fun, right? Maybe people having fun, people sitting on the deck, cocktails. Let's see if I can find anything. Oh, I like that. This boat picture better. Is that a carnival ship? I don't know if that's a carnival ship. If I'm not positive, I don't want to put it on. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do, what is the newest? Let's see. Carnival. Um, this one. I'm going to do some images from this. And I am going to pick some really colorful images. All right. And I am going to, this red might be really nice. All right. Let's open this one up. I do like the red. I'm probably going to find something that I like better. I don't know if showing the inside is enticing to people. I love the grand staircases and all of that, really dramatic stuff. Um, I love the fancy dining rooms and all that kind of thing. Now, this isn't, um, well, we might change that. I really do love nighttime cruise pictures. I love the way that the ship lights up. And honestly, I think Royal Caribbean does a better job of marketing their cruise ships in as far as pictures. Um I never really love the just boring pictures of it just sitting there like that. I want to see some magic. Like this is a little bit better. I want to see it glowing. I want to see some there we go. I need to make sure this is the right one though. Well, I guess I don't have to, but this is a good one because it's got the roller coaster on it. So let's do this. Yeah, I think the roller coaster is probably more fun than the dining room. I have to try to remember that not everyone likes the same thing I do. I'm actually going to put this in the front. This is big enough. See, I'm just going to mess it all up. All right. So, shouldn't I have better pictures? Better picture choices? Let's see. All right, let's do Carnival. This is the ship. Well, that's kind of lit up. I'm too picky. All right, let's do some of this. All right. Oh, this is nice. That's not a bad picture. If I was gonna put something. So I'm just sliding them, dragging them, sliding them. I don't know if I like it. Um, but I want really, really colorful things. So of course these slides are good. That's pretty enticing. That picture there. Did it copy? See, and then it covers it up. We're going to be changing this whole thing up a little bit. I don't need all this room. Okay, so let's find some more pictures. Let's see what we got here. Some booze. Here we go. Oh, I like that. So my focus could be for this one is, like a family cruise with, 'cause those are different slides, I think. I don't know if I love that one. Maybe I change the background. It'll help me like this a little bit more. All right, so now it's giving me photo colors and it's not popping in here. Well, Carnival's colors are blue, red, white, and blue, really. Um, it's not giving me my thing's gonna start to look. So I actually think I might have Carnival's logo uploaded in my uploads. Not sure. We could also take a picture from, like, they have all these ad pictures, advertisements that they have for us, and we could incorporate that in. I could probably leave that in the middle, or I could. Um, and then you can stick whatever it is that you're looking to stick. Oh, there's that one thing that's on there. I need to delete that because I completely covered it up. And you could, put whatever text you want in here. You could say, call me today for a free quote. And we can change our font to something we like better. If we don't like, whatever it is, you can get as uh, fun or creative as you want. I like to make sure that it has readability, and we're probably going to call me today. We're just going to change the way that that is. Call me today for a free quote. And we can put our phone number there. Little body of text. And yeah, you guys get on pushing Carnival cruises, because cruises are so fast and easy to sell, and it's really good money. Now my black type matches this black type, so I actually might leave it there. I may add an exclamation point at the end. Call me today for a free quote. I may bold my number. I will change the font so that it matches. And that's a really simple flyer. I might even add my link tree, to the bottom. But that's a pretty simple flyer. Of course, yeah, I understand that Carnival has, lots of downloadable stuff that we can use that we don't have to create, but this is just an example. Maybe there's a special, you do have some room to write here, deposits as low as, because right now they really do have a great special. If it's like Virgin Voyages right now, they have cruises starting at $99, and so you could put something like that on there. You can do, I like to add sometimes a little, let me see, I need to go to recently used. Sometimes you can stick on this little, little things like this if you want to add more to your document. Little things you can put, free quote. I've used this before, as you can see, that it has there just different. I think I have yeah, get a quote. So you have totally, there's all kinds of things in here that you can use. All you need to do is search, and you're going to be able to find whatever it is that you need, right? If you want to stick some other embellishments or elements on here, we can do like cruise ship, and I can click on graphics. It'll show me all, but if I go to graphics and click see all, it's going to give me lots of cool things that I can add on to here. Maybe I want to add a blue anchor or a ship here or something, just to kind of, jazz it up a little bit. For example, so here's a red, white, and blue cruise ship that we could put on here. I did I center this? Of course, it's not centered. Okay. I was like, that looks off. I, of course, I'm all about the balance. And so I don't want to clutter it up too much. But this is nice to just a simple flyer, and again, you can get as creative as you want with your flyers. These are very, very simple. Next week, we'll move on. I know I'm going to cover videos. and maybe logos, things like that. I've got some recordings as well on like how to create an invoice using Canva, how to create a logo, all kinds of different ones. I used to do these trainings pretty regularly, and I haven't for the last, I think, 2 months. I haven't done Canva training. So this is just an example. You can always continue to work on it if you want to, stick bordering around your frames. You've got this little doohickey here that allows you to add border weight so your pictures look more framed if you don't want to add some kind of specialty framing in there. If you wanted to add, specialty framing, makes it pop a little more, right? It makes it look, I can even frame this if I want to, um, make it look a little bit better. You can add all kinds of things. Speaking of frames, they do have just an entire section of just frames. And then you can use all of these like photo frames and whatnot, graphics frames, and you can, put those around if you wanted to get them to look, just right. But that's just a regular old, picture, very simple. Let's see. So I think I am